so we can sleep in a little bit, and then we can come on a little bit late of that sort. Okay. Um, happy Saturday, guys. All of that. Think I'm only getting like a regular screen, so I don't even know how I'm gonna do this live when nothing is basically showing on my screen for some reason. Okay, I'll give you guys a blank screen then. Yeah, because nothing is really showing on my screen, so therefore I cannot even show you guys on nothing on my phone, which that's kind of crazy. So I'll give you guys a screen then, just to give you guys a content. I don't know what's going on with my screen, guys. I don't know why. I couldn't even come live just now. I'm not sure what's wrong. So this live is gonna be, hey Joshua. This live is going to be differently this morning because I can't really show anything on my screen. I don't know why, to be honest. So yeah. It's a story that I shared with you guys yesterday, but I'm running a little bit late, so I decided to come on anyway. I was gonna maybe possible come on tomorrow, because you know, when my screen is kind of giving me trouble, then it don't make no sense I do the content, because most of my stuff is packed up in the phone to show you. So I'll work with it like I don't even have a screen. Okay, guys? So I'm sorry about that. You guys are not going to get all of the things that you guys would have got every morning that I try to push out on my phone. So I will work with my iPad or my laptop for a second. Okay, guys? Anyways, let me unpack the story. I came and I shared the story with you guys significantly. And I said, guys, imagine a lot of people want to be a sailor. Everybody, a lot of people want to be in the Navy. A lot of people want to be in the Army. But at times, allegedly, they don't know how dangerous it is as girls. And they don't know how much at times it's very dangerous as a man, especially persons of color, allegedly. Okay, guys? So we hear lots of story when it comes to the Army and stuff like that. But we're going to unpack the story quite about now, because this story is eminent now. Okay, this story is happening now in the Norfolk County, Virginia Naval Station. And the mom came out and said that, you know, nobody really told her that the daughter was missing. Nobody was really looking for her. As you guys know, a lot of times when we brown, dark skin, and different nationalities of folks go missing, a lot of times we don't get no airplay. A lot of times people don't look for us in the manner that they would look for, like the Madeline and all of these cases that you see all here, full pledge, that people are still looking for. Not saying that all people don't deserve for you to be looking for them, but you're supposed to use the same weight, same energy, same everything to look for someone of that don't look like everybody else, right? But anyways, I hope your Saturday is going to be a great day. You know, we get to understand that they're trying to block out the sun, allegedly. You notice nowadays days you look up in the sky and the sky is a little bit dark, even in the middle of the day. They claim that they're trying to block out the sun. I believe sometime in England there's going to be a protest in regards, I think the 20 something, if I'm not mistaken. I'll come back with that information, that in regards of them blocking out the sun. People, usually the sun is different. Usually in June, the weather is different, but outside is a little bit chilly, and without the sun, you're not getting anything to grow properly. And without the sun, our food is not going to last long. And without the sun, our food is going to be minimal. So I guess when you block out the sun now, allegedly, and you do all of these things, now you can come in with your folk tale of growing food in the lab. Of growing food in the lab, meat in the lab, everything in the lab, like how they're raising fish and all of these things in the lab. All of these things now are going to be grown in a lab, because sooner or later, food are going to be too expensive. People can't afford it, as you can see, and people are not going to grow a lot of stuff like me in the backyard, because a lot of people are looking for seeds. Think seeds are expensive, but it's a simple seed out of their tomato, the simple seed out of their peppers, the simple seed out of their cucumbers. They can dry those and use those to plant their organic garden whatsoever. So at the end of the day, we get to understand that they're blocking out the sun. Moreover, forever, whatever. Anyways, people, like I said, I hope this Saturday pack some enjoyment. I hope this Saturday give you some relaxation. I hope this Saturday, you know, revive you, give you a kick or hump. Get up, girl. Get up, boy. Today's Saturday. Relax. Because you don't have to do anything of that sort other than some chores in the home. If you already did that in the week, and maybe go do a little bit of shopping, or maybe go out with your friends, or hang out with the kiddies rightfully. So let's unpack the story quick and fast. Saturday morning, sailor missing from Virginia Naval Station, Norfolk County, found dead. A body has been found and confirmed to be that missing Navy sailor Angelina Resendez, and another sailor is in pretrial confinement in connection with her death. Resendez, 21, has last seen in the morning of May 29 and her barracks at the Naval Station Norfolk in Virginia. Virginia State Police issued a critical missing person alert for her last week. A body discovered by the Naval Criminal Investigative Service, NCIS, on Monday in a wooded area in Norfolk, was confirmed to be residents by the local medical examiner on Tuesday. A Navy sailor who was not identified has charges pending under the Uniform Code of the Military Justice, the NCIS said. Okay? NCI remains committed to uncover the facts surrounding the tragic death of Seaman Resendez to ensure accountability and justice. The department says no further details were released and the investigation is ongoing. The Resendez family says her disappearance has left a void in their hearts and they refuse to let her suffering be in vain, a spokesperson for the family told NBC. Okay, the family is calling on assistance of the United States government. Okay, Senator Mark Warner, Senator Tim Kaine, the Hampton Roads Congressional Delegation, the Home Congressman, President Donald Trump, to address the systematic issues that allow her to vanish without justice since May 29th, 2025. The statement said. Resendez's mother, Emeralda Castle, was not notified that her daughter vanished through official channels, the spokesperson said. Her daughter's colleague, friends, and even authorities knew she was missing, but the response was minimal. And after her friends filed a missing person report, when her commander would not, they showed little compassion or understanding, the statement said. The family is calling for Congress to investigate Resendez's death and for reform within the Navy's notification protocol. So that's the story, guys. I just basically gave you guys a short story because I can't show you guys anything, because I was going to show you guys masses of stuff on my phone, but now I can't because my screen is blank. Okay, guys? So yesterday I gave you guys a full rundown of the story. Let's go down in the story some more, and I'm going to unpack some more stuff with you guys, okay? Right here and right
We know that Seaman Angelina Petra Resendez was last seen in her barracks at Miller Hall Naval Station, Norfolk, Thursday night. The body, found here Monday, was discovered along this path, down 20 yards over here on the... We spoke with Angelina's mother, Esmeralda Castle. She is upset she was not notified sooner by the Navy that her daughter was missing.
Thursday night, her friends reached out to me. That they had seen her, and they reported it to their chief or commanding officers at that time.
And Mom says no one took it seriously. Friends said no one was looking for her.
They weren't looking for her, and so when they called me, they told me this, and I called the ship and spoke to the officer on deck, and he told me that Angie was there, that they found Angie. She was in another room. It was dramatized.
Castle told us she got a hint on Monday about who may be responsible.
Monday, the person that she was with that night, that Thursday night, he hadn't been showing up to work. And they showed up to work Monday, and she didn't show up to work.
Wow. Neighbor Geraldine Austin thinks whoever left behind Angelina down this path over to the left knew the Broad Creek neighborhood. It kind of seemed like whoever did it knew that would be...
So I gave you guys that rundown yesterday in regards of that case, okay? Yesterday I came and I said to you guys, I'm going to come back another day and I'm going to shed light on this story in regards of this young girl, Navy girl. I mean, end up found dead. Okay, guys, and there's really no answer when it comes to this situation, right? And the mom wants answer. All right, the mom wants answer, right? The mom needs answer, right? And at the end of the day, guys, it's not a good look, because these are government bodies of these are government bodies of these things. And when you have someone missing, you know when you have someone missing like this, in Norfolk County, just like that, and nobody's not taking it serious, it's kind of sad though, right? Because the mom wants to really know, what happened to her daughter, of that sort, what's going on, with her daughter and stuff like that. And it's kind of hard because, her daughter signed up to go to these places, right? And the daughter was missing. Nobody really told her anything when it comes to her daughter. The mom wants the governor and everybody to investigate this case, because obviously, it's not a good case that this girl found dead, right? And then the mom wants to know what's going on in the Norfolk situation with her daughter, right? So all of that, people, and it's kind of strange and crazy. So we're going to unpack the rest of the story if we can, and highlight it some more with this story, okay?
13 News Now at 4:30 begins with breaking news. I'm Janet Roach.
And I'm Connor Reel. As we told you in the last half hour, we just received word from the family of missing sailor Angelina Resendez. A spokesperson confirms the remains found in the Broad Creek neighborhood yesterday are Angelina's. Alex Littlehales joins us live with the update. Alex.
Yes, in the statement released just in the last 20 minutes, Angelina's family called her a young woman, a compassionate young woman that simply brought light into their lives. And this statement confirms what the community had feared may have been the case when they saw that this was a missing body reported. Not only that, but the fact that there were NCIS investigators, so the law enforcement agency embedded within the Department of the Navy. That was the fear amongst the community when they saw NCIS investigators here responding to a body amid a weeks-long search for, again, missing sailor Angelina Resendez, who had not been officially reported seen since May 29th. So a little bit more about this statement. It raises concerns about, quote, oversight that put Angelina's life at risk and for, quote, mishandling that delayed justice. Again, this is exactly what is being transcribed from the statement from her family itself. It claims that official channels failed to notify them promptly and properly, and that the family received a lot of information from watching news and media coverage of her disappearance. Resendez's family did call on support from Senators Mark Warner, Tim Kaine, Virginia's congressional leadership, as well as President Donald Trump. Again, all of this happening just within the last 25 minutes via a statement officially from Resendez's family. We still have an inquiry out to official NCIS officials to comment on this matter. We have yet to hear from them. But again, that is the on this case, which started weeks ago and has now come to a tragic end, at least for the moment, here in the Broad Creek neighborhood of Norfolk, which is where we are live from. Again, so for now, live from Norfolk, I'm Alex Littlehales for 13 News Now.
So could you imagine, guys? Could you imagine that when it comes to her, the case and situation like that, her mom wasn't even notified according to? Could you imagine? Let's continue with the rest of the news. Wow.
Key news in the search for a sailor missing from Naval Station Norfolk. NCIS confirms they found the body of Angelina Resendez in the Broad Creek area last night, and a sailor is in confinement in connection to her death. I'm Janet Roach.
And I'm Dana Smith. Let's go straight. Alex Littlehells is live with the breaking details. Alex, what can you tell us at this hour?
Good evening. So much new information we're learning about this case just in the last hour. You had mentioned there are two statements that have just come into our newsroom within the last hour. A statement from Angelina Resendez's family, but most recently, just about a half hour ago, a statement from NCIS. And in that statement, just minutes ago, it says that, as you pointed out, a Navy sailor has been placed in pre-trial confinement for the death of Resendez, and charges under the Uniform Code of Military Justice are, quote, pending. Now, it also says that the NCIS has worked with countless federal and local agencies, some of which include the Norfolk Police Department, to investigate this case. So that is the latest statement. And that came just minutes after the family of Angelina Resendez confirmed in their own statement at about 4:02 this afternoon, again, just about an hour ago, their statement confirmed what many here in the community feared, that the NCIS investigators who were here in the Broad Creek neighborhood of Norfolk investigating a body found in the woods behind my left shoulder, that the reason they...
Could you imagine? So here you are, you encourage your child to go to be a sailor. Here you are, encourage your child to go on to the Navy like other people, other mothers do. And when you hide, your child end up dead like dog. And, nobody really notify you about anything. But this is the timeline on the disappearance of this young girl. And we want to get to the timeline if we can. Let's get to the timeline of when she went missing, guys.
We
okay?
continue our coverage looking into the death of Navy sailor Angelina Resendez. And we're hearing from her mom again this evening. Thank you for joining us for 13 News Now at 6. I'm Janet Roach.
And I'm Dana Smith. Resendez's family is demanding answers after her body was found off base nearly 2 weeks after she vanished from Naval Station Norfolk. Esmeralda Castle says too often families are left in the dark. She's Angelina's mother, even though they deserve to be part of the conversation.
There needs to be an acknowledgement and an acceptance that there is a failed system and it's failed people over and over and over again.
We heard that,
and until
especially Black people.
It is acknowledged and there is acceptance to the flaws that there is, like, change is required.
The death of Resendez has devastated and shocked her family and left them with questions about how this happened and why the information flowed the way it did. Tonight, Connor Reel is breaking down the timeline 2 weeks to the day since she was last reported seen.
Angelina Resendez was last seen at her barracks Thursday, May 29th in Miller Hall at Naval Station, Norfolk, around 10 a.m. On that same day, friends of Resendez called her mother, Esmeralda Castle, out of concern. Castle says she contacted Navy leadership to inquire about Resendez's whereabouts. Later on the 29th, Castle says she received a call from Navy leadership saying they had found Angelina and that she was fine. Michael J. Muhammad, a spokesman.
If you see me give you a green screen or a blank screen, that means I don't want a copyright strike. Or you realize that it's a news content I'm using. So I will get a copyright strike by taking all their information. So when I give you a green screen and it looks like a cartoon, don't watch no face. Long as you can hear, long as you know what's happening, don't watch any face, okay, guys? I just don't want the channel to go down. And if the channel goes down, I am not going to start another one because I work very hard on this channel, as you guys can see, by pushing out the information. It's not easy to sit down here and blog and come with all the information that I do. Remember, we don't come with mix-up over here. Hardly. So when I come with the content and I'm doing my research and I'm giving you guys a receipt and I'm talking for an hour, we can't afford to lose the channel. So if you see me do this, you'll be wondering, like, why is she doing that? Because I don't want a copyright strike. So just bear with me. And not only that, guys, this part, I just want to show you guys this part for a second. So I know you guys may be like, okay, why the screen? When I come with the content, the screen look like this. People call it screen, but it's not screen, it's screen. You know this little bar right here, this little square right here on your phone. It's on your phone, it's on your laptop, it's on your iPad. People, if you guys are watching the content and you find that the content is too small on the screen, all you have to do, guys, is tap this square in the corner and it makes your phone bigger and it makes my content bigger on your phone. All you gotta do is tap the square in the corner. Don't shout and curse me behind my back. Oh, I hardly can see. The screen is too small. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No matter how the screen is small, like a mud seed over here, once you have any phone, any devices, you can click on that square. Let me click on the square again for you all. Click on the square, I make it small. Click on the square, I make it big. Do the same thing to your phone so you come big like this on your screen, please and thanks. Okay, let's continue. Let's unpack. All right?
Person for the family says Castle asked to speak to Angelina, but was told not at that time.
They told her that would happen later in the day. It, of course, never happened, and we find out that that absolutely, of course, was not true.
Oh, God.
Why that was reported, what ambiguity existed, we have no idea.
The morning of May 30th, Castle says she tried.
Did you hear what they told the mom? Guys, I'm going to put my face on, my screensaver on. Did you hear what they told the mom? They're going to talk to her soon. She's in a room somewhere. Did you guys hear that? After the girl was missing, she wasn't found and she was found dead. So now you see what the mom is talking about in the Navy. Are you guys encouraging you guys' children to get in the Navy and don't know the outcome of the Navy most of the time? Don't put your children in the Navy because you don't see fit that they should go to university or college or go do something else. Yes, it's easy to get in the Navy. Yes, the benefit them are sweet and nice and dandy. But when it comes to you missing, when it comes to you being abused, when it comes to all kind of things, at times it's buried underneath the carpet because these are government entities. Allegedly. Don't mix me. Let's continue. I'll come back with some more information on the Navy, okay? No problem.
Reaching out to Angelina and got no response. Castle says Resendez also missed work on the 30th. Castle says at that time, Resendez's friends reported her absence to investigators. On Saturday, May 31st, a missing persons report is filed with the Norfolk Police Department, according to the Naval Criminal Investigative Service, which launches a full investigation. On June 3rd, Virginia State Police declares a critically missing alert on behalf of NCIS.
The first 48 hours are the most critical, and so absolutely having it filed 6 days later was detrimental to the case.
Oh my
On June
God.
5th,
6
Castle
days
flies
later.
from Texas to
General
Norfolk
Star.
in hopes of learning more about her daughter's disappearance.
She did everything that she could to contact the people who were familiar with her daughter.
On Saturday, June 7th, Castle called for transparency in an interview with 13 News Now and flies back to Texas that night. On Monday, June 9th, around 8 p.m., investigators from Norfolk Police Department and NCIS respond to an area near Broad Creek, less than 10 miles from Naval Station Norfolk. At 9:30 p.m., NCIS confirms that a body was found.
You're dead.
At 4 p.m. on Tuesday, June 10th, the Resendez family confirms the remains were Resendez.
Whoa,
In that
yo.
same statement, the family called on elected officials to address systemic issues.
Racism.
It says, allowed Resendez to vanish and demanded accountability.
Right
At
now.
4:45 on Tuesday, June 10th, NCIS announced that another sailor has been placed in pretrial confignment. And
Could
on
you
Wednesday,
imagine?
June 11th, Virginia Senator Mark Warner tells media that the family deserves an investigation.
They
in Norfolk,
do.
I'm Connor Real, 13 News Now.
General Star. So guys, so did you hear the situation and hear what's going on, man? Did you hear the situation and hear what's happening like right now, man? Do you hear that? So nobody report this girl missing 6 days later, bruh. Now they found her body in the wooded area, dead like dog. The person who placed her there, know exactly where to put her. And not only that, that person is in custody like right now. So imagine that a young 21-year-old little girl, instead of she go to university and college, she end up in the Navy. That's the shorthand nowadays is for a lot of kids. When they don't want to bother with college or university, they say, okay, I'm going to go in the Army. I'm going to go in the Navy. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's okay. Right? You know, when my children were younger, with one of my child, the Boy Scout used to come and knock the door. And my son was very interested in it. And I said, where you going? Stay right here. Yo, where you going? Stay right here. Okay? Because we know the racism in the Army. And we know at times when is November 11. Okay? And all of that time coming, we hardly see the black soldiers out here. When you look downtown, majority of the time, you hardly see the black old people from the Army right there being recognized. We remember the racism that the government had to come and apologize to the Black Battalion team for not wanting them in the army, for not wanting them in the Navy. So when I see a lot of black folks right now killing up themselves to go in the army, I'm like, da da dee, da da doom, dang dang dang, dang dang wang. Are you going there for the benefits? Are you going there to fight war? Are you going to get some of the treatment that your black peers got in the past and worse? Just asking folks, knock yourself out if you want to go to the army, knock yourself out if you want to be in the Navy. But at times, things happening in the Navy and in the army that are sinister, and we can't even pen it out, we can't pencil it out, we can't put our mind on it. We're lost for words, but we don't know what to say. So we are going to shout out allegedly. Don't mix me. So what says you guys? This trial is going to be coming up anytime soon. And as soon as that trial gets on its way, I am going to come and say, guys, the Navy trial is on and it's on full force, and we're going to come and talk about it. Okay? So we want to talk about a toddler. We know some mental illness is real, yes? And we get to understand that a young man got into an argument with his mother. They've been looking for this toddler for a couple of days now. Okay? And we get to understand that the poor toddler, come now, man. The poor toddler was missing. I'll take off my screen for a second. The poor toddler was missing. Remember yesterday or day before yesterday, I have a conversation about black children are dying by the hands of their parents. Remember I said that? And you guys may be like, she talk a lot. Well, she don't mind her business. Well, every day a black child is killed by their black parents. Every day. Worse in the pandemic that just passed. Every day. So did you guys caught on to the story yet? You guys caught on the story yet? Or you guys are still in Guyana? Worrying about Guyana's business and not worrying about this toddler's business. Children are children. Okay? Don't go and jump on a story that catch you guys' eyes and catch everybody's ears and everybody has share it and share it and share it. And then you guys have this made up empathy and sympathy. Him fi lock up. Him fi dead. Him kill her. And him kill her. Nah, bruh. These situations are out here. So if you're going to have empathy and sympathy, has to be right around the block. So they've been looking for the toddler, and evidently people, the boy dashed the toddler in the pond and killed the toddler. Don't hear it from me. Poor little toddler. Why are you guys killing the children? Go give the children up for adoption or go find somebody who can take the children. Leave the children them at the police station, at the fire station, at the hospital, please. Or better yet, birth control, please. Castrate yourself, please. Why bother have these children and end up out there killing them? Castrate yourself, birth control, IUD, please. Some of you really deserve it. I swear to God. Anyways, let's unpack this one quick and fast, okay? Let's go all the way in the Bronx for a second. All right? Let's get to the Bronx. Commercial.
The NYPD is asking for the public's help in the search for a missing toddler.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to make my screen bigger. Sorry. And I'm going to...
All right, Jen. Thanks very much.
I am going to go back. I am sorry, guys. I was supposed to make my screen bigger instead of pausing.
The NYPD is asking for the public's help in the search for a missing toddler.
Investigators say the 2-year-old was last seen a month ago in the Bronx. Jenna DeAngelis is live at the 40th Precinct Station House with what we know right now. Jenna.
Dick and Jessica, police say the 2-year-old's parents have shared custody. Police also say his father had visitation rights and is now here at the precinct for questioning. Police released this photo of the missing toddler, Montrell Williams. He was last seen wearing a white shirt and a diaper. The NYPD says it was reported to police that the 2-year-old was last seen at 827 Hunts Point Avenue on Saturday, May 10th around 10 p.m. That's when the father took the child for visitation, according according to police sources who tell us the child was reported missing on May 30th. Police say the mother claims she had a confrontation with the father today that led her to believe the boy could be in danger. At this point and at this hour, police are still looking for the missing child, asking anyone who may have seen him or have information about where he could be to come forward. We're live in the Melrose section of the Bronx. Jenna DeAngelis, CBS News, New York.
So you know that boy is not too righted in his brain or in his head. You know this. You know that you guys share custody. You know that these men, once you do those kind of things, they resent you, they hate you, possibly hate the children. And you're arguing with him that day and don't know that day he will be possible frustrated and go and dash away and go and throw away that kid. At times, you know, remember, like I said to you guys, their fear that the child has been thrown in the river. Okay? All right, let's get to that part. So they were feared that he's tossed in the river. Let's get to that part. Remember, he was missing for a month. All right, let's get to it.
Grim police search underway in the Bronx River as authorities look for a missing 2-year-old boy. Police believe the boy's own father threw him in the water. Hello, I'm Joe Torres.
I'm Sandra Bookman. Both David and Liz have the day off. That search happening right now in Garrison Park in Longwood. 2-year-old Montrell Williams vanished back on May 10th after a custodial visit with his dad.
Your dad.
Who never returned the little boy to his mother. And when pressed about his son's whereabouts, police say the father's answer sent up major red flags.
My God, and killed the child.
Tim is in Garrison Park in Longwood with much more on the story. Stefan.
Murder.
Well, Joe and Sandra, NYPD divers have been focusing their search under that section of the Bruckner Expressway. Investigators have surveillance video of the father.
Look where he could have thrown that poor child.
Here along the river. This as
Dog
the
shit.
family has been walking up and down this park since yesterday, doing their own search, clinging to hope.
Could you imagine? What would make you throw a baby in a river like that? In a pond.
NYPD dive teams searched for a miracle. Investigators believe 2-year-old Montrell Williams, last seen a month ago, was thrown into the river by the Bruckner Expressway by his father. Montrell's grandmother, the baby's father's mother, has been desperately searching for Montrell for a month.
I just trying to open his mouth and speak. I love him and bring my grandbaby back.
Montrell's grandmother and other family members, drenched in agony, have been walking up and down Garrison Park since yesterday as divers slowly move up and down the river. Grandma says she had an argument with her son on May 10th. That was also the last time she saw Montrell.
Me and him had a conflict. I'm in my room. My cousin told me that my son took the baby. I went downstairs to chase him. He was gone. From that day, I was trying to search for my grandson.
That was in Hunts Point during Montrell's father's custodial visit. Montrell's mother spotted the 20-year-old father yesterday, and when she asked him about their child's whereabouts, his response raised alarm bells. She contacted police, but Montrell's grandmother says she went to the police the day after that argument in May, a month ago.
I went to the precinct. They didn't help me.
We're still unraveling exactly what happened or proper procedures followed.
Mary Adams today asked why it took so long for police to file a missing persons report.
We're still investigating all actions.
You know why it took so long from a missing police report? Because the child is black. And the parents is black, allegedly. Now you see what we're talking about? So here goes a missing toddler for so long. Almost a month, and the police them took a while to make a police report. What did the mother say? The grandma say when she went to the precinct, no one helped her. Why you think? Because most likely when our loved ones are missing, whether they're babies, old and young, nobody cares. So now they're looking into this, why it took so long for a missing police report and a 2-year-old baby, a toddler, people. So when I come and sing every day, that the reason why a lot of us don't get no airplay is because of our color, people will be like, why are you bringing race into it? Well, now you hear it for yourself. Let's continue to unpack this content.
Actions of the dad, the actions of officers who responded. And once we have a full understanding based on the detective division, we'll be able to answer what happened. But right now, our goal is to try to find the child.
Montrell's father, meanwhile, was put in jail by a judge after he failed to disclose his child's whereabouts. Police do not believe the child's mother, who is 17 years old, knows where their son is. Reporting live in the Bronx, Stefan Kim, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
So the mother is 17 and the dad is 20 years old, and the dad spaz out, crash out, and end up throwing the child in the pond. End up crashing out and throw the baby in the pond? Seriously? Seriously? So people from there, guys, it seems like they found the little child. And they found him in the pond, like what we suspected, in the pond dead. Okay, I'm gonna mute you guys for a second. Here it is.
Matters here on News 12 The Bronx. I'm Amanda Bossard, and we continue to follow breaking news tonight as the case into missing 2-year-old Montrell Williams continues, and the body of a toddler has now washed up on the shores of Ferry Point Park in the Bronx.
You're
News
there.
12's Noelle Lilly has more from College Point, Queens, where that body was taken to. Noelle.
Yes, this is never something you want to hear in an investigation.
The bastard killed the child.
But right now, we are still waiting for official confirmation on if that baby was, in fact, Montrell Williams.
Of course it's Montrell.
This afternoon, we have seen police, the crime scene unit, and the medical examiner's office all here at NYPD Harbor George.
Animal!
Again, they're still trying to figure out if this poor baby that was found not responding and unconscious at Ferry Point Park belongs to Montrell Williams. Now, he again has been missing since May 10th. His mother told me over email that she wants to set the record straight on what she believes happened. She says that she reported to police that Montrell went missing on May 10th, but police told her that they could not get involved if the child was with his father and that she'd have to go through family court. Eventually, she got a custodial interference report filed on May 30th. That same day, police released Montrell's photo and started searching the Bronx River. Montrell's grandmother also told News 12 that she had had an argument with her son, the child's father, on May 10th.
Do you hear how long it took for the police to put out a missing report? So the mother went to the police on the 10th, and the police never put out a police report or a missing report until the 30th. He's been missing for almost a month. Now here goes the black little child out of the pond, out of the water, because the 20-year-old dirty father crashed out and ended up throwing the child in the pond, killing off the baby, drowning the baby. Do you hear the timeline of the black child? But yet still in today's age, we're still looking for Madeline, a white child. So why didn't the police act according to? Nowadays days, I know there's custody battles and you have to go through court. But nowadays days, you can't take no check, especially if the child is a toddler. The toddler can't help himself. The toddler cannot beat off the dad and tell the dad, let me go. The toddler cannot run out the house and say, let me go, dad, let me go. So the mom come and report to you guys on the 10th that this child is missing. And you guys said, go away. We can't help you. It's a court matter. And later on, the child is dead. You guys need a lawsuit. Seriously. Now the child is dead? Oh, no. Let's continue.
The NYPD told the media that they do have the father in custody, and right now he's charged with custodial interference as a person of interest in the disappearance of a child. The NYPD also told the media that they are looking into if initial reports to police about Montrell's disappearance were made and how those reports were handled.
Of course it was.
The agency says they take every report of a missing person seriously. Montrell's mother, however, told me she feels failed by both the police and the courts.
Of course.
For now, at College Point in Queens, Noelle Lilly, News 12 The Bronx.
Yeah. 20-year-old crash out and end up throwing the child in the Bronx.
45 years old and
1
live in
second,
Canada?
guys. So from there, guys, now we know that there's a vigil a vigil, emotional vigils helped because now they found out that is the baby. Because remember, they took him out the pond. They wanted to know if it's the baby. It's the toddler that the police never put out no missing report on until the 30th. Mom went to go report the baby missing on the 10th of May. Baby never missing report never put out until the 30th. Baby end up in the pond. Baby father crash out. The mother is 17 years old. Baby is baby father is 20. Baby father had a verbal disagreement with his mother. Took the baby only in a shirt and diaper. Crushed the hell out. Dumped the baby in the river, in the pond in the Bronx. And now the dog shit is in jail. Mom is out here crying. Baby is no longer here. 2-year-old baby is dead. Teenagers, wrap it up. A lot of us black moms out here not teaching our young children them about condom, you know what I mean, birth control and all of that. Do you guys know that in the white community, by the time their children reach 13 and 14 and them age they're on birth control, they've been visiting the doctor to go on some kind of contraceptives. It's only in the black community more time when you really think about it. We don't do those things to our children because we're like, you know what, why should we go and mess with their nature? Why should we mess? But it's not having a bunch of children for you to have a bunch of grandkids. And out here talk about here's my grandkids. And it's not for you to have a sons and out here shout, oh, him handsome and him a gallus and him a go have all the girl them and all the baby mother and all of the situation. It's not a good look because when black men are not stable mentally, remember black boys, are not mentally, are not there until them reach way up in their 20 odd, way up. This guy's 20 years old. This little girl is 17. There's a problem, and now the baby end up dead by the uncivilized mutt. We can't take pressure. Maybe he has to go find a work to go find to go give child support. Maybe because he has visitation rights and he's no longer around. He's no longer around the woman or not with the woman. So he decided to go kill the baby. So now people are gonna say he has a mental problem. Anyways, the baby is dead. So let's unpack some more. Okay? It's terrible. It's terrible in the black community, brother. Terrible in the black community at times. Real terrible.
Tonight for a little boy believed to have been dumped in the Bronx River by his father. The body found today in the East River near the Whitestone Bridge may be 2-year-old Montrell Williams, and his father could be facing a murder charge. Eyewitness News reporter Sonia
Dog shit.
with family
Why you do
members
it?
who attended tonight's vigil.
It's terrible.
The tight-knit family of a young father accused of doing the unthinkable is struggling tonight to understand why.
I don't have the answer to why he do this and why he would even think of doing this.
They're remembering 2-year-old Montrell Williams as a sweet and happy toddler.
Montrell was a great baby. He was great. It's just hard. It's real hard.
He kept calling him daddy. He trusted him. He trusted him. He took his life.
It was here at this spot in Garrison Park in Hunts Point, marked with Montrell's favorite toys, that police believe it happened on or around May 10th. The 20-year-old father has been in police custody since Monday when he allegedly told the child's 17-year-old mother he had thrown their son into the Bronx River. The NYPD launched a search in the water and through surveillance footage.
Our detectives did a good job in
Shut up. They told you from the 10th, bro. Shut up.
Seeing the crime committed on the
This is
video
crazy, bro.
Was heartbreaking.
Today, about 3 miles away near the Whitestone Bridge, they found a small body, transporting the remains to the medical examiner to find answers. The mystery is so painful and baffling to the family of the young father. They say he recently seemed like he'd begun struggling with mental health issues.
What did I say?
Arguing with family members before leaving their home with little Montrell last month.
Nobody expected this at all. Because he loved his son. I don't know what drove him to this.
While his family believes and is coming to grips with the idea that he is somehow...
Seems like the boy crash out. Seems like the boy has a mental problem and mental issue. Yes, it's plaguing the black community. Especially if you're going to put the 20-year-old through a court system where he has to come and do visitation. Poor child is not even stable. A lot of black moms out here running around in these kind of court system with these black men. And if you're not careful, black men end up getting shot to be on child support, running away from police, and all of these kind of stories. You know, a lot of you children and young children out here having children very young, and when problem arises, gone to the courthouse to go fix it up. When I gone everywhere, go take up all kind of rules and regulation in this land that don't belong to us to go minimize and minimize you guys' problem. But just remember good that majority of these rules and regulation on land was not here for us. Remember, a lot of these people that make these kind of rules when it comes to family, they have no culture. Okay? And remember, when they come with all of these visitation this and visitation this, wasn't for us in the first place. Those things are made more time to break the family apart even more, as you can see now. I bet you if that boy used to could have come around and see that child as he want, this wouldn't even happen. He would have just come there basic and careless and broke. Come and see the baby and gone. But when you pressure somebody and pressure somebody and pressure somebody with the court system and all of these kind of things, these are more time, these are the outcome. Not only that, we're not blaming anyone other than the dog shit that throw the baby in the pond. But the young boy, the young child himself, he's only 20, was crashing out and had mental problems. Now, to us in the black community, a lot of us, when we have our sons, as they reach 17, come out of the house, you're a big man. Come out of the house, you're a big man. Go up on your own, you're a big man. No, they're not big man. They look big, they sound big, they argue big, attitude big, but mentally wise, the brain is not a big man. Look it up. How old is an adult or how old is a man before their brain is fully developed? Fully. So we have our young men them out here. Have them out here. They're damaged, they're broken, and on top of it, they're going to go have their own family and have some deep root issues that they're going on with, and then end up taking it out, these things on toddlers and everybody else. He's 20 years old, going to jail, going to prison to be a baby killer. To be a baby killer. Remember, mental illness in court don't work for us. Remember being a drug addict and being a drug addict. Because we have to say attic, and I'm not talking about attic as in your house. I'm talking about basically addict. Yes, addict, but you have to say attic because some want to smoke for no reason. One behind each other for no reason. Remember, when you're a drug addict, it doesn't work out for you in court. It's like you're normal. Remember, when you have mental problems, it doesn't work out good for you in court. Nobody gonna say because a black brother was mentally ill, he did this and he did that. No, they're saying it's premeditated. No, they're saying you're savage. We saw what they did the situation. Diddy is a crackhead, a meth head, pill popper. Every drugs you can hear what's on the table. And a drunk. But none of that don't come into play. We also talk about a case one time when I spoke about a case over here where a child from he was young was on so much medication, so much behavior problem. He went from group home to group home to group home and he ended up with this white lady. And he was on so much medication because of his behavior. And when the teacher in the school grabbed away his Nintendo Switch, look up that case, or his game, he ended up beat off the teacher and floored the teacher and almost killed the teacher. He was beating the shit out of the teacher. It took about 3 to 4 or 5 people to get him up off of the teacher. When it was time for him to be sentenced, you hear all of those medication, all of those mental problems that he has does not fly, not going to help him in court. But he help other people. When you don't look like us, you can do things and they say you're mentally ill. When you don't look like us, you can run over somebody and they say that you're a drunk. So what happened to this young man? Why this young man decided to throw the baby in the river, in the pond? Not only that, this happened from the 10th. When did the police put out the missing report? May 30th. So 3 weeks the child been in the water. So what do we always shout? At times we don't have the skin for at times we don't have the skin for protection. Is that true? Was this really a custody situation where the police have to tell her, oh, it's a court matter, go to the courts? How often and easy you're going to go get an application in court for the court to listen to you to say that my baby daddy didn't bring back the child? How long that take? The court listen to a lawyer faster than how listen to a regular person. So maybe she would have to go and hire a lawyer to go and get a court paper. You know when the police act? When she went to court to get that injunction that the man is basically violating the visitation rights. And that's when she brought the paper to the police station again. And that's when the police acted. But the child was already dead. The child was already in the water from the 10th of May. And now they're just looking for the baby. And the 30th, baby's dead. Now we're in June what? What are we in now? We're in June 14th, people. And he's just now in custody. This was 2 days ago that they found the baby in the pond from the 10th. When did the boy say he dropped the baby in the water? From the 10th. So how come you guys are not running with these kind of stories? But you know, they're out here with all kind of story out here. Nobody didn't remember these kind of story that are out here. Nobody saw the story. Well, obviously only over here. You understand what I'm saying? So this is crazy to me. This is troubling to me. I'm heard about it. But we know nowadays, guys, when it comes to mental illness in the Black community, it's plaguing the Black community so much. So much. And we don't even know what to do in the Black community. In the Black community, mental illness is out here rampant, people. Out here every day looking at us. And we don't even know where to begin. We don't even know where to begin when it comes to the mental ill and the Black community of mental illness. So let's dive down a little bit in a mental illness and run on with the content quick and fast, because lots of people are facing mental illness, but everybody pretend that they don't know what's going on out here. So are you going through some kind of mental illness situation that may be possible one of these days you will end up crash out and kill?
For decades, it's been a taboo subject, and in some communities, it still is. If you're a Black man in Britain, you're 17 times more likely to be diagnosed with a serious
and we're talking
mental
about
health
Black
condition
community
than
overall.
if
Forget
you're
about the
white.
Britain. It's just a study.
It's a startling statistic, and it led blogger and DJ Keith Dubé to make a film for the BBC to investigate why.
I was diagnosed with depression a few years ago. It was the hollow feeling of worthlessness a lot of the time. It was a horrible experience. It was very confusing because Black people don't really do mental illness, so it's not something you grow up hearing a lot about. I think my lowest point was when I was continually with.
You hear what he just said? Black people really don't deal with mental illness. What we don't really deal with? We don't really deal with mental illness. No, we joke about it. We think it's funny. Boy, the boy mad. Him a bad boy. You're mad. And we carry on. Is it funny? Is it funny when we out here laughing at people who have mental illness and then they end up killing babies and killing you and killing themselves? Is that funny? Is that funny? No, we don't do mental illness. We make fun of mental illness. It's not that we don't do mental illness. We make fun of mental illness. All me them claims to me mentally ill. But I managed over the years to raise me youth. They managed to hold on to a job for so long. Managed to do me for so long. And me mentally ill. Those are the words that people throw around here when you and them don't get along. When they realize that them can't hold you down in life. You're mentally ill. That's the stigma that they were throwing you. Oh, she mentally ill. Oh, him crazy. Oh, him mad. But you manage to do things out here more than the people them who claims that you're mentally ill. Mental illness people is out here plaguing the Black communities, not only in England. But the key word that I wanted to get from this, he claimed that we don't do mental illness. We do. We make fun of mental illness. We make fun of mental illness. So mental health in the Black community. So I wanted to drop one part of that. Let's drop out this one quick and fast, okay? And then we're going to run on.
We're going to stick with the story that you brought us last night. A Twin Cities mother sharing her painful truth about an unthinkable crime she committed against her own kids.
And you may remember her name, Naomi Gaines. In 2003, she tried to end the lives of her twin boys. I sat down with her to talk about what happened, how she has moved on, and what she's trying to do now to help others. Okay.
There we go. Come on.
Sometimes the strings get tired and it requires a little bit more.
So I paused that because I'm not going to drag it out. Reason why I'm not going to drag it out, I want you guys to go look up Naomi Gaines' story. Remember, she almost unalived her children because of mental illness. And what occurred? The boy ended up unalive the baby. So mental illness is in man and woman. And woman will kill their children and men will kill their children. So it's not like I'm doing a content for say man wicked or man out here kill woman because they're mentally ill and them out here kill children. It's vice versa. We're out here killing our children. Black women and black men. We're out here killing our children because when we're ready for crash out. We're out here killing each other when we're ready for crash out. We're out here killing. We're out here killing people. So why so much black men suffer mental illness and disorders? I am not sure. Let's unpack. Let's unpack, okay? I am going to forward it out.
At work or in the home situation, and tensions began to brew.
Eshe's mental state caused a breakdown in relations with his family. He says they had no choice but to call the authorities.
See?
He ended up being sectioned twice under the Mental Health Act. The second time he left hospital, but without permission.
Walked home thinking we can just move on and put this behind us, but a couple hours later, the police were called. They came to the household, knock, knock. And the first time I was compliant, but this time I was defiant. Officer said, you have to go back. And then there was the physical struggle. They tried to get me down.
Give you medication.
I wasn't having it. And so once that failed, the next course of action, of course, was the taser.
Yep.
50,000 volts. The muscles just collapsed on the floor, back in the handcuffs, driving back to the hospital.
Eshe says he understands why he ended up being restrained, but it frustrates him that it had to get to that stage. Black people are 4 times more likely to be detained under the Mental Health Act, and all too often, that's their first encounter.
Hey, so black people is 4 times to be held under Mental Health Act. I don't know this. Remember, we weren't going through mental illness for a while. Remember, they say black people go through a lot in slavery and everything. So we have the back of a wall and we're back broad. That's how we coming out now to talk about our back broad. Because we emotion so much things. We keep in so much things as a black race. Everything we go through. So we're supposed to be strong like a lightning. Nope. Not at all. So black men go through mental illness. Black women go through mental illness. What says you? Are you mentally ill a little bit? Are you seeking help before you crash out? Huh? Are you out here seeking help? Not maybe that you don't even need medication, but possibly you need someone to speak to. Do you have a shoulder to cry on? When you're in your mental state, crashing out in your dark days. You know what the problem in the black community? We don't come together. We have no shoulder to cry on. We have nobody to talk to. And as soon as we go tell people that we have a mental problem or we're crashing out, the whole internet know about it. So we're not even our brothers and sisters keepers anymore when it comes to even the mental illness. So if you have mental illness, do you have someone to trust? Are you brave enough to go and tell your doctor that don't look like you? Are you brave enough to look at your mother who have this kind of strong attitude and strong manner and will to go tell your mother, Mommy, I have a mental illness? Is Mommy going to sit down there and see if she could seek help for you, or Mommy going to chase you? Get out the house! Mental ill! You're mad! And call the police to hold you down and taser you? Does your mom and dad in the house understand mental illness? Does our all black folks, black parents understand mental illness? When their son or their daughter crash out, do they call the police or they try to do many other things or they can't manage it so them call the authority for the authority to come and do their deed? Many black parents don't know what to do. And when their loved one crash out, they call the police. And sometimes their loved one end up dead because they call that police. And for the rest of your life, You're going to say, why did I call the police on my son when my son was crashing out? He only needed a little bit of help. So do you know anything about mental illness? Do you know the steps of calming down someone? Or when the person is shouting, you're there shouting too. Or when the person said to get out of my face, you're right there too, now move. Huh? Are you there shouting? Are you telling the person that they're good for nothing? Are you there behaving abnormal, worse than the person who's crashing out? There's many ways, people. And if you don't have a little bit of mental ill training nowadays days, I feel sorry for you. Same like how we don't have, most of us in the black community don't have the basic CPR to do a CPR and someone, even if they're there choking. A lot of basic stuff we don't know, you know, but we know everybody's business. And we know everything, how to lock up someone and how to do everything to everyone. But simple stuff like CPR, simple stuff about mental illness, CPR about birth, simple stuff about birth control, simple stuff that can make the black race better tomorrow morning. We don't know. We don't know. But we know everything else that is criminal. We know everything else of to lick down our black brothers and to take down our black brothers and to suss about our black brothers and sisters. But simple things in the black community that can help each other in a dead in already. Am I telling lies? Am I too much or I talk too much? Because at 60 minutes my time, I can jump off of this like hopscotch. Quick and fast. So mental illnesses in the black community, I'll meet them call mad. Let's continue.
The system.
The point at which they enter is at that point of crisis, at that point of emergency, which then reflects in the number of sections that are used. So what is happening before that is the key point.
These fears are something that psychotherapist Bafal Ababio hears too often. He works with black men and says there's a wider problem. As soon as black men enter the psychiatric services, more often than not, they receive the most extreme forms of treatment.
Yep, and the medication.
The options, the section, and also heavy dosages of drugs.
What did I say?
Being locked up in locked sections of hospitals.
I'm not going to say anything more because I really don't want to lose my job. So I'll shut my mouth and pass. Yeah, you? I'll close my mouth and da-da-dee, dam-dam-doom, da-da-dee, da-da-doom. So most likely a lot of us don't want to go to that. The mental ward, the hospital, because we know what goes on in there. You'll be shocked up with so many doses more time. You'll be running when you come out, you're worse than a zombie. A lot of you guys were out here shouting the other day when Lisa from the Gaza camp crashed out and all of you guys were shouting, bring her to the hospital, make sure get her a joke. Bring her to the hospital to go get her shot. Those things wear off and then you add it again and the dose just gets higher and higher and higher. Hey, when did this mental illness come out that it's plaguing us so much that they have a whole mental illness situation? When did they come up with all of that? When? Let's continue.
And physical treatments such as electroconvulsive therapy independently of their diagnosis.
I don't need to drag this out, do I? Not at all. Now you know, people, I know there's a stigma in the black community, and I know a lot of times we don't want to go and see our doctor or anything of that sort because we're afraid. And we know that a lot of times when we go and see them, especially as black men and black women, there's discrimination in everything that you can think of. Okay? So all of that, right? All of that. There's a lot of times, there's a lot of things that are happening here what people don't want to talk about when it comes to mental illness. And we know it's out here full-fledged. We know that a lot of times we need someone to speak to, talk to. A lot of times we don't want to go to our doctor because they don't look like us and we feel like they treat us really bad most of the time. So at the end of the day, now we don't want to go. But can we continue to suffer in silence? And remember, no man is an island. So can you continue to suffer by yourself and don't seek help? That you're going to end up crush out like this young man and toss the baby in the water? Remember, mental illness is nothing to be ashamed of, but a stigma and a bias shame us all. Remember, it's just a stigma. Okay? Remember, no one will tell a cancer patient, just get over it. So why tell a mental person who have mental illness to get over it? Mental illness is similar to cancer and every other sickness. It doesn't go away. It just stay calm until you're ready to act up. And when it act up, sometimes it can act up at school, at work, on the bus. It doesn't give you a warning sign most of the time. You have to catch it to know that you're crashing out. Somebody has to be around you to realize, you know what? He's not the same. He's crashing out, to catch you a little bit. If not. All right, guys? So we got to be mindful in today's day when we know that mental illness is out here. As parents, as family members, we have to know when to catch it. We have to know when to seek it out. And we have to know when to seek for help and go and get help. Because possibly if the family didn't know anything about this young man and help, maybe they could have given him help. But the way how I see it, this boy was crashing out and all of that, and end up decided to throw the baby in the river. And the baby end up dead. Baby was missing, was reported missing from the 10th of May. And now they end up finding baby. Police went to go put out a police report on the 30th of May. And now baby is dead like dog, drowned in the pond of the father that crushed out, mental illness possible, and kill off the baby because he wasn't feeling well, because he was crashing out. Same thing as that little boy on the train where the Navy, the retired soldier, crash out and choke him up on the train. He was going through some mental illness problem as well. But nothing ever came out of it. Nothing ever came out of that case. They claim that boy was carrying on, cussing and carrying on the train and all of that. And he was supposed to be subdued like a dog. Remember that story? We never come out here and protest, did we? Anyways, people, from there, since we're talking about children, I am going to wrap up this live fast and quick. So because we're talking about children, let's go all the way in Texas. 109 children rescue and 244 pervert dog shit has been arrested. Leave the people, them kids alone. Want to get out of kids? Let's unpack the story quick and fast, okay? So 109 children rescue. Could you imagine? I'm going to mute you guys.
Authorities are calling it a successful roundup of alleged child sex offenders, but it also shows how widespread that crime is in North Texas. The Dallas FBI office, along with some of the 70 law enforcement agencies that all participated, announced the results of what they called Operation Soteria Shield. Here's our J.D. Miles.
These are the faces of the 244 men and women charged with exploiting children for the purpose of sex trafficking or pornography. It's the end of a month-long investigation by federal and local law enforcement of a crime that authorities say is a year-round problem.
The numbers of offenders arrested and the children rescued in this operation are stunning. It's stunning to hear them repeated here.
109 children were rescued by Operation Soteria Shield, which began in April.
During this operation, many of the children recognized or rescued were previously unidentified. They had never been reported missing. They had never had their abuse known to authorities.
The operation not only led to arrests and rescues, but also to the seizure of terabytes of child abuse sex material through a collaborative effort that started 10 years ago and now includes 70 Texas law enforcement agencies.
What started as a small team with a bold idea has grown into something very powerful.
In a lot of these cases, authorities say this.
I don't need to drag this shit out, do I? You hear what they said? Enough of the kids them wasn't registered because those kids that come all the way the other day that cross the border, most of them is gone into sex trafficking. Because once they come to the border, they're not registered, they're illegals. You could take those children and go with them. Who's going to report them missing? From the other day, remember they were saying that there's lots of children that came in from the border the other day missing. These are the children possible. You know how much kids that they're gone with from the other day that came through the border? You know much kids, innocent children that they're gone with sex trafficking that came through the border? There's problem on earth here now, guys. There's lots of problem. So if you didn't know that 109 children has been rescued and 244 arrested in North Texas, then you're not watching news, you're not reading paper, you're not doing anything other than coming on the internet looking for mix-up. Remember, I tell you guys this. There's so much shit going on right now in the world. Be mindful, be careful. Your children are here today, tomorrow they're gone. Be mindful with your youth them. Dog shit them are out here. They don't want to find work. Them a look easy money. So traffic children now, it's like trafficking drugs. Be mindful, be careful. Okay? From there, we're gonna run on, people, because we're unpacking and I'm gonna wrap up this because I gotta run. Okay? From there, guys, we're gonna go to I don't know if you guys know that Simone Biles and some girl or some people was carrying on. I don't know why Simone Biles make these people drag her out more time as in this big mogul and stuff like that. So as you guys know that Simone Biles apologized to Riley Gaines for personal attack. I can't stand some of these people who just come in at the freaking sports but want a problem. But anyways, let's unpack. Oh, Simone Biles, you got you this time, girl. They're out here to take the sports from us.
Apologizing to Riley Gaines following their online spat over transgender athletes. Biles wrote on X, quote, "I've always believed competitive equity and inclusivity are both essential in sport. The current system doesn't adequately balance these important principles. It didn't help for me to get personal with Riley, which I apologize for." Here's how Gaines reacted to that apology.
I accept the apology. Those personal attacks that she issued back last weekend, they didn't hurt my feelings. That's not what hurt my feelings about her remarks. What hurt me personally about what she chose to tweet out was how she was so willing and so quick to sell out young girls. That is the problem that I had here.
So let's bring in New York Post columnist Carol Markowitz and Jill Simonian, the director of outreach for PragerU Kids. Good morning to you, ladies.
Yeah.
Good morning. Hi, good morning. Carol, I'll start with you. What's your reaction?
Well, her initial comments, and I mean Simone Biles, was very much her, right? We saw on a Saturday night, we don't know what's going on. Maybe she had a drink or two. I'm just assuming. Really vicious body shaming tweet aimed at Riley. But what we had in the apology was very well-crafted PR language where she doesn't apologize directly to Riley. She just says she shouldn't have gotten personal with her.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. And the big bad gymnastic on the one come for? What is brother? Is this the big bad gymnastic when none of uno, no matter how no practice, can come near? As she gonna come for? When that black South African girl did run, I think her name is Semen. I'm going to look for that story next day and come and pack it. People, they put her to all kind of things saying that she was a man. They wanted to look if she have penis, if she was a transgender. Now these people are allowed to go in the sports and run against women. So how come when the African girl years later did come and look like a man and her chest was a look a bit flat? Uno had a problem. Uno put her through all kind of medical this, all kind of medical that. And everybody was able to come now and said, okay, transgender. Okay, there's another thing called other. Okay, now we can't go in that bathroom because that bathroom is for other. Okay, no, they're not called RuPaul or drug pal now. They're called transgender and they're allowed to teach that in the school and they're allowed to go in sports and they're allowed to do this and allowed to do that. And when big bad Simone Biles come and say something, she should come and apologize. And the reason why she said something because she was drinking. I saw now come after the big bad gymnastic person. Oh, Simone Biles, girl. Child.
The thing is that Simone is on the wrong side of an 80-20 issue. People have simply had enough of this. They don't want biological boys and girls sports. There's been a vibe shift. You could say that Trump basically won the election on this issue, and people are tired of it. That's it. And the last thing I want to say is that Simone's idea of adding a third category for trans kids to compete in, that used to be considered anti-trans until about 5 minutes ago. That was completely unacceptable. And that idea only exists because of people like Riley Gaines speaking out.
Jill, you're a mom. You're a director of outreach for PragerU Kids. What do you think?
Well, here's the thing. As a mom, I just want to say, everybody deserves dignity and respect, especially when we're talking about kids, right? I think as mothers, we can all agree on that. I'm really happy to see this online reconciliation, if you will. But the bottom line is that you cannot build life skills, merit, competitiveness on lies. And what's happened is that too many parents, too many educators right now we've seen have been just, for lack of a better word, brainwashed with lies. There's truth and there are lies. And young women should not be competing.
Anyways, kiss me teeth and pass. If Simone Biles they come out and say she don't want transgender and those people around, you don't hear that. She's gonna strip her from her medal and all of that, and she's racist and all of that. So when she come out and say possible you can't include them, there's a problem. But you know what? She only say that because she's a big thing out here. If she says something else, it would be a problem. That's why more time they say it's best to stay quiet. So she shouldn't even say nothing or tweet anything. She should have just stay quiet and look at you animals and just pack in all of her money and say, okay, I soon retire out of the sports. Where them and include all kind of man and woman and all kind of things in the sports, carrying on. That's the way how I see it, guys. It's crazy to me, but what can I say about all of that? Now, anyways, people, packing up this live, I was gonna tell you guys about one more thing in regards of Bounty Killer, but it's 74 minutes and 74 minutes and 56 seconds. I ain't gonna give you guys anything more. Next time when I come on, we talk about the Bounty Killer situation and the alkaline situation. Okay, people? I'm running. I can't show you guys nothing on my screen because my screen is just blank. Nothing will come on the screen like that. There's other things that I wanted to unpack out of the phone, but I can't unpack that because my screen is basically blank. Okay, guys? I can't even show you guys to say thank you, big up on yourself, not of that sort. So me just go jump off of this live like hopscotch, like literally like hopscotch and jump off. I'll make a short and show you guys my garden. Actually, let me see if I can show you the garden now. Maybe. Let's see if I could show you guys the garden now. Or maybe another day I'll come back and show you guys the garden. Let's go downstairs. Let me see if I could show you guys the garden. So the garden shot, people. It's been raining cats and dogs for days. A little bit, not for days, but we got a little bit of rain. If you're growing a garden like mine and of that sort, just remember, so the water bill is going to kill you. Water bill is very high when you have to water them yourself and if you don't have any rain and all of that, right? Actually, I don't even know if maybe my phone. Let's 1 second, guys. And take 1 second, guys. I'm just putting on something because I don't want to go outside with shorts on. It's a little bit chilly out. This weather is messed up, guys. The weather is messed the hell up and stuff like that. So, but nevertheless, guys. But yeah, when it comes to the Simone Biles, she shouldn't pay these people no mind. These people are a bunch of losers. She shouldn't pay them no mind. Big girl like that will have so much award and stuff underneath her belt. She should stay out of this transgender conversation because I don't know where they're going. But it's not my business, no discrimination. I fit them business that. Anybody want to turn man and turn woman and whatever they want to turn, you can't blame nobody because you have the woman them out here nowadays days. I encourage that. Yes, auntie, yes, sister, yes, auntie, yes, sister. But they wouldn't want their little brother or their little sister to turn what they're turning. But they're out here every day on internet. Yes, sister, yes, brother, yes, auntie, yes, sister. And these people are men. Till they start to encourage these men now to go put on all kind of breasts and all kind of story. So now you can't differentiate who a man from who a woman. Back in the days, man used to have Adam's apple. Now man don't have no Adam's apple, so you don't know who a woman from who a man if you're not careful. So it's up to you guys what you guys want to do. But remember, so God is not sleeping and God is watching. God is watching us. God is watching all over us. So don't stop it. So I'm going to show you guys the garden now that you know they're on the live. And then I'm going to do a short with the garden, okay? Now come. Come now, man. Come, let me show you guys what man over here can do. Now come. Come on, man. Come on. So I am going to go with the dogs. I got to feed the dogs if they're not feed already. Hi. What's up? Don't block me in when you guys are coming back because I got to run outside. So park on the road. Don't block me in. 1 second, guys. 1 second. You gonna eat, boy? I know I didn't feed you. Too late. Ooh. We're gonna go outside. We're gonna go for a walk. Don't worry, boy. Don't worry, boy. Come. Where's the other one? Come on, come outside. Come. Is he coming? Where is he? Come. Come, Daddy, come. Where is he? Come, Sam. Come. Come, Sammy, come. Come go outside, boy. Come, boy, come. This way. Come with mommy. Come, my 4-foot babies. Come on. No, don't let him come. No, come in. Come. Because because he wants to go outside, I'll bring him outside. I said, no, come. You go this way. Go down, go down. All right, guys. I'm going to try to take off this internet. Okay, I think you guys will fly outside because the internet not going to pick up all the way in the backyard, eh, guys? So I'll put you guys on my data. All right, so come, guys. Come on down. Oh, and the phone is bright. Bright, bright, bright. Okay, guys, so take off the screen here. Look. Oh, I can't see. Why? 1 second. All right, guys, so this is the potato. This is all potato patch. So this is all the potatoes right here. This is a potato patch. So all potatoes here. Okay. All the potatoes here, guys. So all potatoes. So when it's time to reap potatoes, I'll let you guys reap. All right. Backyard nice and cleaned out. All right. This is our mulchberry tree. And the mulchberry are having some stuff on it already, as you guys can see. But the bird usually beat us to it, so we have to be careful. But the mulchberry tree is getting on there. Some mulchberry are going to come on sooner or later on the tree, as you guys can see. So they're that small, and that's how them look, okay? We have peas. Butternut squash. See? Sorry. Corn. Corn. All right, let's run. This is the pepper tree that I took off the peppers them off yesterday. See there? So I need to water and I need to mulch. This is all peas, pepper, you name it. These are how we grow our stuff in our house in the winter time. We throw all the seeds that I take out of the bell pepper, tomatoes and everything, and they come up like that, and we just transfer them. So you see, small and then they get big. So we basically transfer most of them. That's why you see how small they are. All our stuff are organic. We don't deal with pesticides, fertilizer, okay? All right, move. All right, come now. So we're gonna go here. These are all peas from the rain started to feed all peas and stuff. These are all potatoes, name it, beets. We have beets, everything that you could think of in the garden. Okay, everything, peas, corn, berries. Look, people, everything you could think of in the garden. See there? Cabbage, everything. So as soon as I water it and mulch it, because you have to mulch it like this and add some more dirt around it. So as soon as I do that, I will water again and show you, and you guys will see it very good, okay? All right. Okay. Okay. See there? Everything. Cucumbers, everything. See the next potato patch here? This is different potatoes. Red potatoes, red onion, yellow onion, white onions, butternut squash, yellow onion, red onion, scallions and all. Everything, people. Okay. Switch over. We're growing some stuff in the pot same way. Yeah. See there? See there? See there? Corn. This corn is the biggest. Even we have cucumbers already, but these are the baby ones. See? And they're getting there. When you grow your stuff organic by yourself, people, they're smaller than the regular ones, okay? So that's the garden. And my garden is I'll show you. So my garden is a L-shaped garden. So the garden starts from here. Okay? Brings you back there. Okay? And it starts from here. It's like a L shape, guys, if you notice. See there? Go way back down there. Okay? All right, let's go on the deck. So right here, these are peas, people. Just peas out of the bag. Peas that we're just planting here. Just peas that's out of the bag. I'll show you how. Let's move. Okay. So up here, I got so much pots. Look how much pots I have. Be a strawberry. Let's count pots. 1, 2, strawberries, 3. Thyme, peas and string bean. So let's count over. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are all callaloo, guys. We have callaloo like nothing. Okay? So we have about 8. So we want to count again. Let's count over. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have lots of onions, okay? 9. Come now. 9. Come now, man. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31. So I got 31, and I'll show you guys a bit. So it's 31 like this on the deck. Okay? It's the deck. I need to wash off my deck. But this is how it looks like. Okay? So as soon as I wash off the deck, and then you have these. So if you count 31 and you count the rest of the bin, we have about 41 pots and whatever part plant in the ground. So like I told you, the garden shot and the garden is pretty big. Okay? All right, kiss me teeth and pass. So I put up my patio set. I just need to wash it and wash off the deck and set it up. Not ready yet. So this is how you do the peas. So you put out the peas them to dry and they crack and then you bury it and then you plant them. And that's those are peas over there and stuff. So I reap peppers already, guys. And sooner or later, I'm gonna be reaping some callaloo and all of that. So let me put you guys back on my internet. So sooner or later, guys, I'll be reaping some callaloo and stuff like that. And let's talk about this puppy. Okay, so now my dogs are become the adult stage now. So now they're on Purina Dog Chow. And this is a good brand because it supports the skin coat, support the immune system, 23 vitamins and stuff. So now I had to change their dog food because they're adults now. They're adults now, and this is what it looks like. Okay, and then I add chicken and stuff to it, and this have different kind of chicken. So it comes with all kind of chicken in it right now, and stuff like that. So right now we're on complete diet. Sorry, now they're on complete adult food because they are adults now. So it's made with real chicken, and you have to pick and choose which one you want to get for your dog. Because the dog them are differently, you have to look after them according to. Right, Big Papa? So you're ready to eat. Usually I would have feed them already. So I'm going to feed them now. And I'm going to push out and go for a walk. Because usually I like to go for a walk with my dogs. And stuff like that. It's a good walk, right? So these are the peppers I picked yesterday, guys, off the tree. And stuff like that. So as soon as the garden ready up again, people, I'll come and pick some more stuff. So these are the peppers I picked yesterday off the tree. So if you see that I have about 41 pots, that's 41 stuff I don't have to buy. Mentioning all the rest of the stuff in the garden. So if you think about it, all of those things you see in the garden, let me name all of the stuff. And people, we have okra, callaloo, potatoes, broccoli, cabbage. Everything you can think of is in that garden. I'm not lying to you, Rob. Beets, cucumbers, 3 different kind of cucumbers. We have the burpee one, we have the short one, we have the English one, corn, name it, people. Everything you can think of in that garden. All kind of peppers, all kind of peas, all kind of string bean. Everything you can think of is in that garden, guys. So as soon as the garden shut and ready to go, guys, ready to pick on stuff, then I will invite you guys and say, guys, okay? So anyways, guys, I am going to feed my dogs, yes? And then me I go chow down on a big bad fish because more time I don't pick and choose what I want to eat for breakfast. So me I go have the fish here, right here. Me I go have that fish for breakfast and all of that. Okay, guys? So thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Leo, you want to say hi? I want to show you guys my dog face. I'm sure you guys know what the dog look like. But look, this is my big dog. I'm very big. Leo, don't show them your face. So yeah, big dog. He's very big. My dog is big now. He's not a baby no more. He's an adult. Boy is a big boy, okay? And then the other little guy is outside playing somewhere. Okay, guys, so that's about it. So I am going to hop off of this. Thank you guys for watching. It's a pleasure as anyways. Catch you guys another time with the garden. Actually, I'm going to make a video when I water, when I mulch, just now. And then I'll drop our garden and show you guys the garden when it's wet, when it's mulch, and when it looks airy. But right now it's a little bit dry because I water it only in the morning. The best time to water the garden will be early now or late in the night. Don't water the garden when it's too hot because you're going to make everything frail and you're going to kill everything. Always check your water out of your pipe, especially on a hot day. When you're spraying the water, check the temperature of the water because sometimes the water in the hose is very hot So just run off that water first before you touch your garden. Because if you go and spray your garden with the hot water coming out the hot hose, you know, more time the water gets hot without having hot water temperature because of the sun, then everything is going to burn up. And then when it comes to your cucumbers, if you're having a problem with your cucumbers not growing, it's because you're watering it too much. Water it every so often, not every day. When you can water everything every day, because cucumber has its own water. And if you water every day with the cucumber, you won't have any cucumbers. Okay, guys? And when you're watering, just be mindful. So I'll catch you guys another day with a content or two. Peace and love.